What is up, everybody? Sega Man back here with another video, and today we're going to talk about two handheld systems I have. One is the Superboy, and the other one is the Retro or Retron Bit, or the retrogen that I have for the Sega Genesis. And these systems are pretty decent for what they tried to accomplish with making these handheld Super NESs and the handheld Sega Genesis. As you all know, the Sega Nomad is the original handheld for the Sega Genesis, but the Nintendo Super NES, they didn't really have a licensed handheld, and the regular NES didn't have a licensed handheld either. Now I will show you that one in a later video, probably in the near future here. So let's get into the first one I have here. Now the first one I have here is the Superboy, okay, and this is made by Hyperkin. All right, it's a pretty decent handheld Super NES, and I'll turn it on here. I don't know if you'll see it in the camera, but I'll turn it on here so you can kind of see the screen, and you can also hook this handheld up to your TV, so you can play it on your big screen. So let's turn it on. See if we got it working here. Huh, maybe not. Let's do the old blowing test. Remember that back in the old days, in old school days? You gotta just do it just right. So let's try it again and see. Oh, there we go. This game in here is called Rival Turfs. Now you're not going to really see this good in the camera, but I'll try to bring it up to you a little closer. But that's Rival Turfs for the Super NES. This was actually a pretty good, decent side-scrolling beat-em-up. Kind of like a copy of Final Fight. I don't know if you can see the gameplay there because of the lighting. Let's try to bring it a little closer. Trying to get into the camera. But it is a classic game to play and get for your Super NES. But this Super Game Boy is really cool. What's really cool about the Hyperkin Super Game Boy is the way it was designed. It was designed. It looks just like your Super NES controller. You know what I mean? It looks just like it. And you see the 4 buttons on the front. These ports here are where you put in the Super NES controllers when you want to play it on your TV. All right. And then at the top, it has here where you put in the cables. All right, and it also has a what does it say? It also has a the A and V out, and it has a DC in 5-volt, and also has a where you can put in some headphones on the bottom down here, and then the volume. But I like the way they made the design of the Super Game Boy. It's nice and sleek. I do every once in a while do play the Super Game Boy when I don't feel like playing my Super NES. But I didn't pay that much for this. You know what I mean? I got it at my local exchange. But this also plays Japanese. This plays Japanese Super NES games, and I have some Japanese Super NES games, and they play perfectly in here. That's what's also cool about this, that it can play your Japanese titles, and it's really awesome. And I just love the way that they made the design of this Hyperkin. Hats off to Hyperkin for making a handheld Super NES. What's also cool about that is if you can't find a original NES out in the wild, you can pick up this Hyperkin on eBay or Amazon. You know what I mean? And you can hook, like I said, you can hook it up to your HD TV. Now I don't know how it's going to look. Your 4K TV too, I believe you can hook it up to there. Now I don't know how it's going to look, but like I said, you can play, the Super NES games, on on your flat screen. So now the next one we're going to get into is I'm going to show you this one. Now I have this one in the box, and I do have the box for the Super Game Boy, but this one I got the box for it. I got this used also at my exchange, and this is the Retrobit Arcade handheld. Okay, now the thing about this Retrobit is it also has built-in games. That's also in it. They're shovelware. Okay, but you can play I believe all your Sega Genesis games in here. I haven't had a problem yet. Okay, now this has A and V out. This also has it has a lithium battery in it, and it comes with it has USB cable. Okay, and I'll show you the box here. This is what it looks like, and it's very small, and I will show you the system. But that's what the box looks like here. You know, I'll try to bring it closer to get it out of the lighting. But that's what the box looks like. You know what I mean? And that's what the system looks like. Yeah, it's very small. This is an awesome on-the-go portable Sega Genesis by retrogen. Now, my friend Sire649, I told him about this, and he actually got one. That's how much he liked it. But I'll let you see the system here. Comes in this cool little box. You know, instruction manual right there. You know what I mean? I actually put a little protective little skin over the front of it that you can get at your local dollar store. And let me see if I have the pieces in here to show you. Yes, I do. I have the pieces here. One of the pieces here. Okay, now, all right. We're going to test the game also. This is the system. Okay, that's the system. It's not going to probably come in good for you guys, but that's the system. All right, and it's really small. And, you know, it has the 6 buttons on there. You know what I mean? So let me turn it on for you, and you can it should pop up all those shovelware games. But it you can't really see it because of the lighting, guys. Sorry, but you know they're all in there. You know what I mean? All these like shovelware games. You know what I mean? Some of them are all right to play. You know what I mean? But there's a lot in there. So what we're gonna do right now, real quick, let me turn it back off. We're gonna put a game in there. Now I'm gonna try to show you this as best as I can. You know what I mean? With the game in it. Old school. All right. Now the game I put in here is a classic, and it costs a lot of money right now. Is Truxton. This is a good shoot 'em up game, and the thing about this handheld is it has a great screen. I mean, it is really good screen. You know what I mean, for a handheld. The lighting in this, the details in the graphics. This is one of the best. This is the best handheld Sega Genesis. Okay, the screen is awesome. You know what I mean. You can see every detail in the game when you're playing it. The sound is okay. You know what I mean, but it's Truxton, and it's just, if you could see this for yourself and hold this in your hand and actually play this, you would love it. You know what I mean. So if you're not interested in getting a Sega Genesis, you could try getting this retrogen. Now I don't know how much they are now, but it's just a really cool handheld, and you can see actually how small it is. This can fit in your pocket. You know what I mean? And like I said, it has, you know, those shovelware games built in it, but it is the best, you know, to pick up if you're into playing old school games on the go. You really can't go wrong with it. But I just wanted to show you guys some of these systems like that Hyperkin brings out, retrogen. You know what I mean? There's other ones out there that bring out you know, their own versions of systems. Now I can't remember the name of the one system, but there's this one system that's out there that can play, I think, Super NES, NES, Sega Genesis, Sega Master System games, and I believe it can play Game Gear games. Now, I'm not sure, but they're bringing. There's a newer one out there now that can play all kind of stuff. I can't remember the name of it, but it's really cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're not into collecting like I am, and you want to enjoy all these games, I suggest you pick up one of those systems like a Hyperkin, a Retrobit. You know, you can find them at your local game stores. You can find them at Cash and Culture, and you can find them at exchanges. Now, where it depends on where you live. If you have an exchange, see if they have them and check them out. You know what I mean? And all you have to do is just you know, buy the physical games for it and enjoy them instead of going out and buying all the systems or trying to find all the systems that I have. There's some of them are actually really expensive right now, complete. You know what I mean? A lot of these systems that you get right now, like for instance, real quick, the Panasonic 3DO. Now, I have a Panasonic 3DO, but I hear from a lot of people that are retro collectors that they have gotten them and they didn't work. The controllers didn't work. The drawer on the system doesn't open. You know what I mean? Or it just doesn't work. It's really hard to find a Panasonic 3DO, which is the best 3DO. There's other ones like Gold Star, and I think there's a Philips 3DO. But the best one to get is the Panasonic 3DO. I got lucky. I keep mine in good condition, and it still works today. A lot of these systems that you want to get, these retro systems, you know what I mean? Sometimes people only offer you just the system and want you to pay $80 or $80 for like an Atari Jaguar with no components. You know, some people are like that. You know what I mean? You might find somebody that might say, give me $40. They know how much, some of them know how much it's worth. But then you got to go out there and buy second or third party parts for the system. Depends on what it is. You know what I mean? Some of that second and third party components that you need for the system, it varies on if it'll work well, or you have to, you just have to go with it and see. You know what I mean? But if you're not into collecting like that, these are the way to go. You know what I mean? To play your Sega Genesis, or your Super NES or anything like that. They're coming out with a TurboGrafx Mini that already might be out right now. You know what I mean? So I have an original TurboGrafx 16. You know what I mean? If I was to get like a mini or anything, it would be later just to add to already what I have. So, but I wanted to give you guys a little showing of these second party or third party handhelds. You know what I mean? Some of them hold up, some of them don't. Like the Atlas, in my opinion, they're not that good. My friend gave me one. Now, it's decent. The sound is not as good. It's a little garbagey, but if you want to get one, get a retrogen or check out a Hyperkin. They're pretty good. You know what I mean? You really can't go wrong with that. So I just wanted to do a video about that, guys, showing you guys my handhelds here. You know what I mean? I still enjoy them today. You know what I mean? I still play them. But if you're want to get into collecting, these kind of games, and you don't want to go out and buy the systems, sometimes these are the way to go. You know what I mean? And like I said, you can hook them up to your TV and play them through your TV. So that's all I got today, guys. You know what I mean? Hope you guys are having a great day today. You know what I mean? Starting a new week here, so hope you guys are enjoying gaming. I'm very excited, guys, for the next systems that are coming up next gen. I'm very excited for it. I think we're going to get our minds blown. I think we're going to get blown out of our socks with the Xbox Series X. You know what I mean? And the PlayStation 5. You know what I mean? If you're a PlayStation fan, you're going to get your socks blown off. And if you're an Xbox fan, the same thing. You know what I mean? So let's just get ready and let's be positive going into this next gen. Please, let's be positive. You know what I mean? I know some of the trolls and people are still going to be out there. is still going to try to say the same thing and push the same narratives from 2013. You know what I mean? It's unreal, but you know, they have nothing better to do and they can't think for themselves. But you guys have a great week. Enjoy what you're playing. I'm going to be enjoying this new DLC I bought for Mortal Kombat 11 on my Xbox One X. I pre-ordered it, so I'm going to be jamming out to that tomorrow. I think it has Fujin in it, Shiva, and a Robocop. So this should be pretty good. So you guys take care, and I will be back with another video soon. Alright, Xbox for life. Peace. Sega Man out. And thank you for subscribing, guys. And let me know in the comment sections what you think about this video. Alright? Peace and love. Later.